Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. We are here at Texas Motor Speedway here on iRacing, and we have a great race in store for you here tonight. As again, some fantastic racing coming your way here shortly. But of course, we have another 19 minutes left here in practice before we move on to qualifying, and then we will move on to your main event here tonight. Your 100-lap race here from Texas Motor Speedway, an iconic track. Personally, one of my favorites. Of course, I am local to this track, about 2.5 hours away. So, of course, I may be a little partial to this one, calling it my favorite and one of the best tracks on the NASCAR circuit. But before we get into any more of the racing and details here tonight, we need to jump over to the sponsors. Of course, the main sponsor for this week here is going to be Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. Make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com for all their beard products. Again, that stuff is all natural and organic, so if you have a beard, you need to take care of it. So head on over to wallsbeardco.com. And of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the following partners. 2019 to include Northwest Racing Series, your official window sponsor for tonight's race. Walls Beard Co. and Beard Balm themselves. Again, your official starting grid sponsor. RaceOnTexas.com. If you're looking for real racing here in the state of Texas, head on over to RaceOnTexas.com for all the on-demand and pay-per-view action. SimSpeedShop.com, and make sure you check these guys out for all their button boxes, e-brakes, and other good stuff here for sim racing. Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsor for tonight's race. OnTheEdgeMotorsports.com, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. If you're looking for something like gum, check them out at OnTheEdgeMotorsports.com. Huffman Designs, if you're in the market for a paint job, make sure you check out Huffman Designs on Facebook. Get a killer paint job today. And of course, last but not least, is RaceCore Online Racing League. Make sure you check them out. We cover them on Sunday and coming up on Tuesdays as well here for 2019. So check them out for some great racing action on your Monday night, and of course, or Sunday night and Tuesday nights coming up. Of course, Monday night is for Northwest Xfinity Series. That's what we're at right now here at Texas Motor Speedway. And the sun is shining, but it's going to get dark here shortly. The sun will be going down as we will start to lose some daylight before this race officially gets underway. We currently have 39 drivers here. Just ridiculous how many drivers. Last year we probably had 15 to 20 here for this race. We have 39 so far. Just the new support for this league and this series is quite outstanding, to say the least. And we'll probably see if we can't take a quick word with Jeff about that here shortly. So this is race number 2 of the series of 33 races, and the car count is just amazing here for this race and so far this season. So we'll see if we can't get a word in with him here shortly about that. But before we get into talking to him about it, let's go ahead and let's pull up your official point standings coming into tonight's race. Is again right there. You see Donovan Barr, 46 points as he won Daytona. So of course he is your points leader. And then going behind them, the points are pretty standard here when you come into this race, just for the sheer fact that we've only had one race. 1 point behind is Jason Berg, and 4 points behind is going to be Tom Hammond, who I'll see if he is here tonight. I don't see him so far, but again, there are a ton of drivers out on the track, so we'll have to see those. Travis McKinney in there, William Fletcher, Casey Tillman in there. All these guys 6-7 points behind. Josh Coley sitting in a top 10 position right now. Corey Walters, Dan West Jr. round out your top 10. And interesting enough, what I want to point out here is if you're looking at these top 10, even your top 20, you have Brian Barnes, Gerald Heffley, Josh Cushman right there in 13th place, Scott Hutchins in 14th. Steve Silstad, you have Seth Frazier in here, Brian Lambert, Justin McClure in here, Jade Williams, Daniel Masters, or DJ Masters, depending on, I think it was by TJ. But what I want to point out here, what you don't see in these top 20 in the point standings right now, and of course, that is Jeff Stabnow, John Ottenbacher, Mark Walls, Chris White. You know, these names that we are familiar with seeing here in the point standings in your top 20 are not there right now because of bad luck in the first race of the season. These guys are not in the top 20. I expect to see them there after this race. However, I don't know if we can say Mark Walls had bad luck. He just wasn't here because of having a newborn. So good luck for him, but bad news for the point standings as he is not even going to be in the top 20, but neither is a lot of our fast drivers that we're used to seeing in there. We'll see. Josh Coley gave a good run last season. Here he is in the top 8. He may stand a pretty good chance at winning this championship. Jason Berg as well. So we'll keep an eye on those two to see how they fare here in the season. Of course, you have Donovan Barr, your point leader right now, brand new to the series. Tom Hammond in third place, also brand new, as well as Travis McKinney, Casey Tillman in there as well. Dylan Huffines, also brand new to the series. So a lot of new drivers mixed in there with some of these old drivers. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of that real fast. So we're going to step away real quick. We're going to see if we can't get a quick word in here with Jeff here. We know he's practicing, so we're only going to get him for about 2 or 3 minutes. And we want to take a very, very quick word with him. So give us just a moment, and we'll see if we can grab him. All right, we have sent that message out to see if we can get him on the radio here, and it looks like we do have him here on the radio real quick. So, Jeff, we just want to talk to you real quick. We know you got to practice at a driver's meeting coming up, but, you know, we're talking about the point standings, and yourself, John, Mark, Chris White, none of y'all are in the top 20 right now. What is it like out there? You know, last year we may have had 15 to 20 cars. We have 39 drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's kind of hard to imagine a full field here with just this restricted to Northwest drivers, but you know, we're looking at having 40-plus drivers tonight. We got a real tough set to drive out here. You know, it's going to be one of those where you know, you can try to save your stuff. It's going to be real hard on front tires, and you're going to be quite a bit slower than you could be. So. We may have some guys trying to push up front, some guys being slower. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think we're going to have guys, depending on their driving style, be fast at different times of the run, and maybe significantly faster or slower than other guys. And trying to manage that with 40 cars on the track, that's going to be interesting. You know, as to your question about being out of the points, you know, I'm not too worried about it yet. We got a lot of drops. We got a long season, 33 races. You know, it's just kind of about hanging in there and hoping that we can kind of wash up to the top. I mean, I think last year at Daytona in the trucks, I think I started off somewhere in the 20s also, and it was you know, about half the length season, 19 races, and I still finished second. So I think we can withstand a couple bad races here in the beginning, but not too many.
Well, definitely. You know, while we were talking there, just in that short distance, probably a minute or two while you were talking, 2 more people. So there's 41 drivers here now. So we very well could be at the 43 mark and have a complete full field here tonight. I don't know if I've seen that here before. Probably have and just don't remember it. But regardless, Texas is a tough track. It's going to be a fun race here tonight. Track temp 106 degrees right now, so... you know, we don't want you to give away all your secrets, but are you going to go for the short run or the long run here tonight and plan for some cautions, or are you going to plan for some green flag racing?
Yeah, we'll just play it by ear. It may be a combination of trying to preserve a little bit of track position, but, you know, I'm going to try to save tires. That's kind of my style. And, you know, a little worried with this many cars as to how that'll play out and where you end up in traffic. And, you know, it's a 150-mile race, so, you know, with twice as many cars as we had in the series last year, I think there's going to be a bit of a learning curve here. And, you know, my strategy may change throughout the race, but I think it's going to be to try to plan for the long run and that could be foolish with this many cars. We may not have a long run, but we'll start off with that in mind.
Well, definitely we'll be paying attention to see how this one does go for all of the action. And, of course, we know you got shout-outs, so who are those real fast?
Absolutely. Big shout-out to everybody that helps us put this on, particularly Walls Beard Co. and, of course, Virtual Racing Network. Just two fantastic partners throughout the years. Absolutely love working on both. Shout out to the guys in the Northwest Tour. They're a big part of the reason why we've got twice the field in here. I think a lot of them are down there in Hector Strong Racing, and then a lot of them are not on TeamSpeak, but they're a big crew here. I think they've got one race left on their season, so big shout out to everyone that's involved with that. We encourage guys to go over and maybe run with them once or twice. Certainly we like running with them here. So, and then, the admins, drivers, committee, and all that just work so hard to put all this on. Big thanks to all of them.
Oh, definitely a lot of great drivers in here. That will do it here. That was the 24 of Jeff Stapp. Now we're going to step away here for just a minute. For all we know, when we come back, there may be a full field of 43, so we'll be right back here in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I had to take care of some stuff real quick, as apparently there is some thunder in the area. We kept hearing a loud crashing noise. Could not figure out what it was, but apparently there are some storms in the area. So, well, it's nice and sunny here at Texas Motor Speedway, and the real tech is, well, quite the opposite. It is raining and thundering pretty good outside, so hopefully the power stays on here in the broadcast studio. But, of course, here in the booth tonight, I am your host for tonight, Charles Wooten, your producer and announcer for tonight's event. Again, hopefully the power stays on here. We've gone through a lot to get here. Don't feel real swift. As it is either really hot in here or it's just me, I'm not sure. Don't feel really good. Up on some medication, so hopefully we can hang in there tonight. Hopefully we can see 43 cars here tonight. Again, 41 drivers have made the trip so far here to Texas Motor Speedway, and we still have Sean Brightsman, who is now in radio communication. We see him here, and him putting in there would make 42 drivers that have made it here. And there he is right there. We officially have 42 drivers that are going to be starting this race here tonight. Can we get the 43rd driver is the question, and have a complete full field here for the race. Folks, this could get very interesting if indeed we see all 43 drivers. First and foremost, of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Depending on where you're located, it could be a fairly early night or it could be a fairly late night, but we're glad you're here watching it with us here tonight. Let's go through a little bit of information here. Let's pull up our VDCcoatings.com track facts here for Texas Motor Speedway. As of 4/9/17, Jimmy Johnson has the most wins at this track with 7. I personally did not know that he had the most wins. He also has the most top 5s with 15, most top 10s with 21, and he has the most laps led with 1,041 laps led. However, as you see below that, Matt Kenseth, however, has the most laps completed with 9,000. That's supposed to be a comment. 9,617 laps completed. So while Jimmy Johnson may have the most laps led, Matt Kenseth actually has the most laps completed here at Texas Motor Speedway. So just some little track facts there for you, just to kind of let you know a little bit about this track and its rich history here. That is a lot of laps, nearly 10,000 laps for Matt Kenseth, and over 1,000 led by Jimmy Johnson. We'll see if we got a few more things here. The most starts actually belongs to Jeff Gordon with 30 starts. And poles actually belongs to 7 different drivers with 2 poles apiece. So we'll see. Just to also give you a little bit of a background here for 2018. We'll go back from 2018. Your race winner here in April was Kyle Busch. 2017 in November was Kevin Harvick. And April 9th was Jimmy Johnson. There is one of his wins. Just going back to 2016 here, it was Carl Edwards, who I'm sure did a flip, and then Kyle Busch back in April again. So a lot of racing going on there. And then, of course, the 3 races before that to make it 3 in a row were Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Johnson again. So there's just a little bit of the history here behind this track. Who's won some races, who has won the most, stuff like that. You know, just those general things that we like to give out there for all the race fans. But again, just a rich history with this track. I personally call it one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and pull up your track information here for tonight's race at Texas Motor Speedway, presented by Bulletproof Tees. Again, the race distance is not 3 million miles, as we only have 100 laps here, and a mile and a half, so it'll be about 150 miles. This is just because we're in practice right now. Your track temp is 101 degrees. And while I want to bring that up, it's because earlier we did talk to Jeff Staffnow, and that temperature was roughly 106, 107 degrees, so it has already dropped 5 degrees since we talked to Jeff just under about 5 minutes ago. So your track temperature here is dropping rapidly as that sun goes down. So we'll see the air temp right now at 79 degrees. 2 mile per hour wind out of the north. We'll see your altitude here for tonight's race is 655 feet. And we have BJ Tidrick in here. That will make our 43rd driver. So with that being said, we do indeed have a full field here tonight of 43 drivers. So this should be a extremely good race here for tonight. We're going to see if we can't grab one more driver here when we get this started. Let's see who we can pull up here to take a chat with real quick. And it looks like we are going to talk to Steve Silstad, who is in the top of the standings here in the points, or close to it anyway. So let's pull a quick chat with him if we can. Steve Silstad, you got a copy? Steve Silstad, you got a copy? Well, unfortunately, we can't get him in here. Let's see if we can get a hold of Josh Coley. Josh Coley, you got a copy?
What's happening?
There we go. We got Josh Coley on the radio here to chat with you. So we got a few questions for you here. First off, you're sitting fairly good in the top 10 in the points right now, and don't have any of the Wicked Chassis boys around you, so you're sitting pretty right now. That being said, we have a full field of 43 drivers. We did not see this all last year, to my knowledge. So what does this change, knowing that you have 42 other competitors out there? Are you still planning on not qualifying and starting at the back of this field?
Yeah, I think that's the plan or the strategy I'm going to take. I imagine we'll see a few more cautions with the more cars, and if I can avoid those, I think it'll pay off later on in the race.
Well, definitely, you know, It seems like it has definitely grown. We got some of the Northwest guys coming into racing this. So, you know, anytime as a racer, we want to get your thoughts on this. But coming into a race, when you see 42 other people in there, knowing that this field is as full as it can possibly get, as it looks like time is running out. What are your thoughts on that before we let you go?
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of close, tight racing. It's gonna be hard to work your way up, but I don't know if we get a long run or two. I think we can work our way up pretty nicely. Most of these guys are really good drivers, so it's possible we could see a few long runs. I'm sure there'll be a caution or two early, most likely, but we'll see how it goes and hope for the best.
Well, definitely, we'll be covering all the action, and we'll see how it goes up from here in the booth. We're going to let you go, and hopefully we'll talk to you later tonight.
All right, thanks, Charles.
All right, that was the 33 of Josh Cole, and it looks like Chris White is going to be one of the first drivers out on the track. So we're going to go ahead and drop down to the track with him here. As you see right there, we do have a few names not showing up after qualifying. Towards the end, we may have to reset those overlays. We do have some of those names that are not showing up. And actually, let's just go ahead and reset them real fast here before we officially get anything underway. But I, again, expect to see really good racing from these guys and a lot of side-by-side action. I don't see any reason we would not see that side-by-side action, as these guys are very good at what they do. We'll just have to kind of sit back and see how close the racing action is, how many cautions we will see as we're going to switch over here to some of our drivers real quick again and bring up that qualifying bar and qualifying drop down. And we're going to switch over here to William Fletcher. Again, there we go. Having to get everything situated back here. William Fletcher, the number 28, out on track right now. So is Chris White, and it's going to be Chris White who was the first one out to put in a time here. And then we're 83 machine, and now he's going to be dropped to the second, as Tom Hammond going to take to the top of the charts. And here early in qualifying with a 30.731. Behind him is Chris White with a 30.778. We'll see just how the times do stack up here tonight. We also have Dale Winterberg out on the track right now in the number 73 machine. He was not here last week. He is here now. We'll have to wait and see how his times stack up to the rest of this field. We also have Devin Petty out on the track right now. He was not here last week in that 01 machine. So we'll be looking to see how he fares against this field as well. William Fletcher currently up to third place with a 30.787. And Corey Walters behind them in fourth with a 30.956. He's going to be dropped the spot as Dale Winterberg takes fourth place from him. And Bruce Weaver right now in sixth position with a 31.095. We're getting 43 drivers have made it here, as Devin Petty going to take it to the top of the charts in the 01. We wondered how he would fare against this group. Well, there you have it right there, top of the charts in the 01. Let's give him the one number itself. That's where he's at right now, but it's not going to last. Jason Berg to the top of the charts with a 30.574. He will officially be the pole sitter right now, but he's not over. Darrell Tidrick sitting in 8th place right now. Daniel Masters in 9th with a 30.863. It's just insane the times that are coming in from these drivers. Again, we do want to apologize here for paint. Trading paint is not wanting to work properly. However, we are not going to refresh. Unfortunately, we tried that last night and we ended up with a field full of white cars. And we could not tell who was apart from who, and neither could you. So we, unfortunately, are going to have to not refresh that. We wish we could. But they are having some issues here. Scott Hutchinson runs a very fast time, 30.761. That's going to put him in 5th place as Donovan Barr, your points leader coming into tonight's race, the number 98 machine, takes it to the top of the chart, or close to the top. Anyway, at the third place, still I would consider that the top of the charts here when you have 43 drivers. He's got now 39 drivers behind him, as it's going to be Caden Anderson in the one machine that takes it to third place with a 30.635, and there's Justin McClure with a very fast time, 30.673 to put himself in fifth place. And then number 23 machine here tonight. Times are still starting to come in left and right. Here in qualifying, we have a ton of drivers that are still out on the track, and some that have not officially put in times just yet. Case Heekins in sixth place with a 30.722. We got Seth Frazier, Scott Hutchinson, Case Tillman, Dan West Jr. In 11th place right now with a 30.773. What kind of time will he do on that one? That was not going to be any better for him. 31.247. Jay Williams, a 30.801. And that is the last lap he will get. We have Chris Walters back in 21st right now, as he just crosses the line. And it looks like he is going to shut it down. His qualifying time is over. We still got about 4 minutes left on the clock here. Let's check in. You got Stephen Paulson, 27th. 28th belongs to Travis McKinney. These guys not on your top 20 here in qualifying, as that is what we focus on. And you have James Thurston sitting on pit road. Christopher Cornell sitting in the 29 machine on pit road right now. You have John Ottenbacher, Brian Barnes, and Sean Brightsman that are out on the track right now. As it looks like Jeff Stabnow has not come out. Josh Cushman has not come out. We'll see if he does. Brian Barnes, though, to 15th place. 30.796. Very odd to see Brian Barnes back in 16th place. I expect to see him jump a little bit more on his second lap. John Ottenbacher, 30.753. He goes to 9th place, was 8th. Sean Brightsman just runs a 30.707. To put himself in 6th place. Again, you're watching those three drivers right now. Brian Barnes, John Ottenbacher, and Sean Brightsman. The next one that should put in a lap would be Brian Barnes, but he's going to go through the grass. That lap's not going to count, so we'll check in with the 89 of John Ottenbacher, but Sean Brightsman not going to put in a faster time, 30.707. And right now, it's not going to matter. John Ottenbacher shuts it down, and that number 89 Reese's machine. His qualifying is done. Let's jump over here. We have Jeff Stabnow coming out onto the track, as well as Christopher Cornell coming out onto the track for qualifying here with 2.5 minutes left to go. There you see Jeff Stabnow taking lap number 1 right now. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what his times are going to be, as he is on his first official timed lap. That last one was just his warm-up. And of course, you have Christopher Cornell right now on the track as well. So we'll just have to kind of, again, wait and see how it all plays out with these drivers here. We're going to try to find the best camera angle for you. Again, time is starting to run out. 2 minutes left on the clock. As, there it is for Christopher Cornell. But we're going to have Jeff Stabnow, 31.102. That is only going to put him back in 29th place. That is not like the 24 Jeff Stabnow to be that far back in this field. Not even registered on the top 20. We know he is much faster than that. We'll see if his second lap will be any faster. Again, a 31.101 is his fast lap. Christopher Cornell to second place. We'll jump over to him in just a second as soon as we see Jeff Stabnow's time come in. And 22nd with a 30.830. But Christopher Cornell in that number 29 machine, second fastest, 30.610. I want to point out too is we have a top 20 here separated by 0.227, so less than 3/10 separating your top 20 right now. Again, the ones not qualifying so far here with a minute to go are going to be Charles Lahr, Chris Torres, Josh Cushman. I believe that's Joshua Bell. I'm not sure. We'll have to get a pronunciation on that. James Thurston not qualifying. Josh Coley is not going to come out. Frank Harris, Steve Stillset, and Dan Stuzzi. Those drivers not coming out onto the track to qualify. They will be starting at the tail of this field, and that is going to be a huge chore for these drivers here. They're going to have to avoid the wrecks and keep it going in the right direction as we again have 43 drivers here for this 100 lap race at Texas Motor Speedway. This is the Northwest Racing League. And we'll go ahead and get rid of your qualifying drop down here for tonight's race. Again, your Wolfsbeard Co. starting grid going to be coming up next. And just some outstanding amount of drivers here tonight. It is just crazy. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Again, depending on where he is, it might be a little late. It might not. Well, we're about to get this thing going regardless. So thanks for tuning in. And let's get this thing going here, as we're going to jump right down to the grid as quickly as possible, as there is a ton of them to go through here for tonight. So your starting, or your Wolfsbeard Co. starting grid, row 1 is going to be the 21 of Jason Berg and the 29 of Christopher Cornell. Row 2 is going to be the 01 of Devin Petty and the 1 of Caden Anderson. Row 3 is going to be the 98 of Donovan Barr and the 23 of Justin McClure. Row 4 is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman and the 20 of Case Hinkins. Row 5 is going to be the 63 of Tom Hammond and the 89 of John Onbarger. Row 6 is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier and the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. Row 7 is going to be the 92 of Casey Tillman and the 55 of Dan West Jr. Row 8 is going to be the 83 of Chris White and the 28 of William Fletcher. Row 9 is going to be the 45 of Daryl Tidrick and the 41 of Brian Barnes. Row 10 is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters and the 73 of Dan Winnenberg. Row 11 is going to be the 25 of Jade Williams and the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Row 12 is going to be the 03 of Daniel Masters and the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. Row 13 is going to be the 8 of Gary Nichols and the 36 of Chris Walters. Row 14 is going to be the 52 of Brian Lambert and the 35 of Todd Walters. Row 15 is going to be the 72 of BJ Tidrick and the 40 of Bruce Weaver. Row 16 is going to be the 08 of Jesse Gray and the 58 of Stephen Paulson. Row 17 is going to be the 88 of Travis McKinney and the 62 of Gerald Effley. Row 18 is going to be the 33 of Josh Foley and the 65 of Steve Sealstad. Row 19 is going to be the 2 of James Thurston and the 4 of Charles Lahr. Row 20 is going to be the 95 of Josh Cushman and the 99 of Chris Torres. Row 21 is going to be the 11 of Frank Harris and the 78 of Dan Stuzzi. And rounding out the field here, row 21 is going to be the 19 of, again, Joshua Weil. I believe is how you say that. We'll definitely clarify that. That's going to do it here for your Wolfsbeard Co. starting grid, as it is time to get this race started for the first time here tonight. Pace car diving off onto pit road. And it is that time. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here for the first time for the Northwest Xfinity Series, presented by Wolfsbeard Co. here on Virtual Racing Network. These things are going crazy here on the track right now already. It's shaking things up just a little bit here in the back end. So hopefully that gets sorted out. But look at them coming barreling down. They're 4 wide back here, about mid-pack. If they can't sort it out, they go back to 2 wide. This is right back here, Brian Barnes. You have Chris White in this mix too. There is an absolute ton of cars all mixed in this group. Somebody's got to give. The question is, who is it going to be? It ends up giving in this. You have the 28 for William Fletcher on the high side. He's blinking just a little bit. They're going to kind of sort it out here. We're going to go single file for the moment. Again, we are not feeling 100% here, but this right here, this will make anybody 100%. All I gotta say is if you don't like this racing, well then go home and save a seat for somebody else. As this is some of the best racing you'll see. There goes the 01 though, going around. Let's go back and see if we can catch it real fast. As there is the 01, no caution going to come out, but major contact there as the 72 goes around. That will bring out a caution. Let's go find the 72 here and see what happened there. There's going to be BJ Titterick going around. Let's go back and take a quick look and see what happened here. We'll go to the aerial camera here tonight. Let's see exactly what happened to the 72. We had already seen the 01 go around, and right there just gets the wall, and around he goes, gets contact, and everybody scattering like a little bunch of ants trying to avoid it here. So we'll go back to live. Jason Berg is currently your race leader here, only on lap 4 as that caution came out early on lap number 3. Didn't quite expect to see one that early, but indeed we did. The caution is out here for tonight, and unfortunate coming out quite early. We'll see who's going to come down, who's not going to come down to pit road, but we are going to take a moment while we're under caution to take a hydration break real fast again, as we're not 100%, but we're feeling pretty good here with all this great racing going on. So we will be right back when those lights go off to go racing one more time. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights should be going off this time on the pace car. We'll see if they do. Indeed, but again, those lights should be going off, and they are indeed. Just to give an update here, right now we have BJ Titterick and Devin Petty both currently 1 lap down. Charles Lahr, Chris Torres, Dan Stussy, and Scott Hutchins did not start the race here tonight. So we had 43 cars. We're saying we had 43 cars here, even though technically all 43 of them did not start this race. We are 5 laps in on lap 6, currently 95 laps to go. You know, we typically say we have less than 100 to go, but we technically had less than 100 to go when we got started, as we were right at 100. So we'll be less than 90 to go here shortly. But regardless, some really, really good racing here tonight so far. Hopefully everybody out there is enjoying this race. I know it's not dirt racing. We've got a lot of dirt fans out there, but when it comes to asphalt racing here, the Northwest Racing Series, one of our biggest supporters. We've been with them for quite some time. We'll be with them at least through 2022. And many of them this long, and we're going to continue to be with them here as they will be our one NASCAR style series after 2020. Right now, Jason Berg out front leading this race, and look, they've already started to really kind of scatter out here. Christopher Colwell, Caden Anderson, Case Eakins, Justin McClure, your top 5. Let's pull that up real fast. There are your top 5 here at the moment on the side of your screen, and I just want to point this out here. Out of the top 5 right now, 4 out of the top 5 drivers are brand new drivers to this series. And that right there shows you just how insane this league has grown. As 4 of the top 5 drivers are new to the scene. Go behind them, you have the Donovan Barr, also new drivers. So technically 5 out of the top 6 are, as you're watching right now, this little group here. Let's go further back in this field. Look at this group right in here. A huge group of cars. Tom Hammond, Casey Tillman, Jaden Williams, all these guys battling for real estate right now. That is very scarce. This track is really, really hard to find any real estate on. It's not the easiest track to drive, as we have 2 drivers going through the infield now. And I'm not sure exactly who it was there, but they do recover from it somehow. There it is right there, going to be the 95 of Josh Cushman, and it looks like also going to be the 58 of Stephen Paulson, but they recover from it. No caution comes out for those drivers. We're getting rid of that. And since we're going to be further back in the field, we'll go ahead and put your top 3 up at all times so you can see that gap there. We're going to go about midfield here to look in with Brian Lambert, another new driver. Some drivers we want to point out here for key positions right now is Jeff Stabnow. Let's go ahead and pull up that information on the 24. Jeff Stabnow right there on the track. Started 22nd, he's up to 14th right now. He has gained quite a few spots early in this race, so good job for him to do so. Check back just one spot to John Ottenbacher, having the opposite effect here for him. Started 10th, falling back to 15th. So teammates, it's kind of reverse roles here. 24 just now moving through this field. John Ottenbacher not on the setup he wants, so the setup's not working the way he wants. A good fixed setup, so that setup is not working for him right now. So could be that, we heard from Jeff earlier that there's 2 distinct different ways you can drive this car in this setup here in Texas. You can basically go all out and just wear the tires off this car, or you can go and run it a little slower and be on the long run. So it could be that the 89's running for the long run, the 24's trying to get his way to the front. Different strategies going to be playing out here tonight for sure, even between teammates. Let's go a little further back. Sean Breitzman sitting back here, currently in 19th position, started 72. They're falling back just a little bit. Not going the way he really wanted to do. Check in with Chris White. Started 15th, back to 23rd. He also is going in the wrong direction, so he's got his work cut out for him. He wants to go to the front of the field. These are drivers that were in the chase last year. This year, none of these guys are even in the top 20 right now. That goes to show you just how a crazy race number 1 was, that these guys not even cracking the top 20 in point standings right now. So we're going to keep that top 3 up there for quite some time so you can see it as that gap is starting to shrink in. So let's go ahead and go back up there. As you see that gap there, it was 0.7, now it's 0.649. It was 0.5 at one point. So it's starting to get a little bit smaller. We'll see can Christopher Cornell run down Jason Berg, who has already been proven to be a huge threat in just about any series he's in, as he is out front leading this race right now in that number 21 machine. Seth Frazier is going to get to the inside of that 32 machine. He's going to get by Justin DeClure to take 3rd place and set himself up for a podium finish. But again, we're only on lap 15 of 100. We have still 86 laps to go left in this race. It is not over by any means, to say the least. Definitely Greg. We want to give a big shout out to Greg in chat. For the correct pronunciation, we can't get that out right, but the caution is out here, and it's going to be for the 35 of Todd Walters. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to him to bring out the caution here. Ooh, he hard into the outside wall, collects the 88 with him, and that will be a caution again coming out onto the track as we go back to live. Getting into the outside wall and collecting a few drivers along the way. Caution is out here. Let's go ahead and bring up our caution information. That is caution number 2 here for 4 laps. We've had 0 lead changes thus far in the race, and no surprise, everybody's coming down pit road here, as we were guessing and informed too about 20 or so laps on tires if you push it. When you have 43 cars on this field, you've definitely got to be pushing it. So we'll see. I would imagine everybody going to take 4 tires and fuel. As you see right there, pit road is busy. Will we have any problems on pit road is the question. Greg, if you want to, hopefully you're still here listening in. Is that, see it's B-E-E-L, is that, Bill, is that how you spell it, or pronounce it? And we may have to clarify that again just to make sure, but we do not want to get it wrong. I don't see him in here. We may just clarify for sure with him, but unfortunately I don't see him here with us. To get down there and ask him. I'm not sure what team he is on either, so unfortunately not able to do so. But we are going to step away here while we are under caution and really quick get another hydration break in us, so we'll be good to go here as it's going to be Jason Berg leading this race. We'll be right back. Alright, we did get the clarification. Alright, there we did get it. Greg, too, we ran up there and asked, so Bill, as in like a Bill, so there you go. That's going to be Bill it is. Definitely, Greg, thanks for the help there. Again, we don't want to get anybody's name wrong, if at all possible. Unfortunately, we didn't have him in TeamSpeak, but we do have the admins to talk to, and a big shout out to Greg for helping us out there with the names. This is why we say when we do this, we do it for the fans. We do it for the leagues, obviously, but if it wasn't for the fans, then we wouldn't be here. It's the fans tuning in every night to these races that make them possible here. So again, a huge shout out to all the fans that tune in here, even when it is a late night broadcast. We thank everybody for tuning in, but they are getting double file here, so it looks like we are just about ready to get this thing going one more time. Very nice. Very nice. We got a fellow broadcaster in here. Always good to see other broadcasters tuning in. Shoot us a message over on the VRN Facebook page if you don't mind. And we'll definitely, if we're not broadcasting, we'll tune into that, support your broadcast as well, since you supporting ours here tonight. We will definitely hop over there and give it a follow and check it out. I wasn't even aware there was a Northwest Super Late Model Tour Series going on. So yeah, definitely, give us a link over on the Facebook page. You can PM it to us, and we will definitely check that out. Go over and support you as you are supporting us here. Right now, Jason Berg is the race leader here at the moment. Seth Frazier behind him, followed by Christopher Cornell, Justin McClure, and Caden Anderson are your top 5 drivers here in the race so far. certain drivers, let us know who your driver is here for tonight's race as we are on lap 21. Let's go ahead and let's bring down your running order on the left side of your screen so you can get the top 20 at least. We need to convert that over to top 10 and then rotate it 11 through 20 so you can get a better feel of where everybody is on the track. As we need to think about that, but right now it looks like we got some contact going back here. They're going to keep it going here on lap number 21. As, so really good racing here. You can see just where the top 20 are compared to the leader here. We already have nearly a half a second, over half a second, actually over first and second place. Right now, that's not where we're focusing. We're kind of mid-pack, actually closer to the rear of this field. As we're actually back here with Joshua in the number 19 machine. As he is putting on a good run there. And quite frankly, I am absolutely loving that paint job here with some Panda Express on it. It's really good Chinese food, Panda Express. So hopefully he's got some free food if he's running that Panda Express paint job on there. Just an outstanding, awesome looking paint job. He's being chased now by Brian Barnes. In that number 41 Ford machine. We're used to seeing him with the number 4. That is not the case here tonight, and he is the 41 now. As we see somebody getting out of line just ahead of them a little ways. I'm not sure who that is here, but in the 08 back here is Jesse Gray, who we've talked about a lot. Another new driver here in this series. Again, a ton of action there through the 52. Is that the 62 that's going to get it a little bit? No, it is the 52 of Brian Lambert. He's going to get a little squirmy there after the side draft. And he almost collects a few cars with him, but he keeps it going. Probably the save of the night here, unless we see something a little better than that. But what a save here from the 52 of Brian Lambert. Gets a little wiggly and saves it somehow. As he is now going to pass Joe Winneberg to take 19th place away. Let's go ahead up to the front of this field. We're close to it with Caden Anderson currently running in 5th place. And there you see it, 0.566. I want to point that out. Seth Frazier really has not dropped any now. He has 0.7 seconds behind. So Jason Berg coming back from his break and already putting a huge gap on this field. No surprise there. He's done it before. Will anybody have the speed for him tonight? He could be using those tires up there. The other guys could be conserving just a little bit, like Seth Frazier, Christopher Cornell, or Justin McClure. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Right now, Caden Anderson is all up the tailpipe of Justin McClure right now in that 2020 machine. And he may give that little Caterpillar car a run for its money here shortly. There you go. We got friends out there. We got family members out there. We have everybody rooting for somebody here tonight. Definitely a big shout out to you all for tuning in. We'll see here. We want to thank everybody for Facebook, tuning in on Facebook or on the YouTube side of things. If you're all about the convenience, you're on YouTube, I'm sure, or on Facebook. If you're all about the ultra high definition version, you'll probably be over on the YouTube side of things where we have it in 1440p. A lot going on here. I see smoke going from somewhere, but I'm not sure where that is coming from. And is it coming from the 19 as we see the little Panda being scraped off the side of that car? Into the 19 of Joshua deal here. So let's see. Ooh, and there goes the 52 and the 19 getting together on track here. And let's see if that contact continues there. As the 19 trying to get by-in. And this could get very interesting. Here comes Dell Winneberg into the picture. He's going to try to squeeze in there, keep in mind. This is a really good battle going on. However, Joshua is a lap down at the moment. So it's a good battle. It's just not technically for a position on the track because there are so many cars out here jockeying for position right now, trying to make something happen. This is a battle for around 22nd place, and they're still duking it out side by side. There's a we'll go back up to our front five here real fast. One of Caden Anderson still has not been able to get by Justin McClure here. So there for a while, he was literally on the back bumper of that 23 Caterpillar machine, but just here in the last few laps hasn't been able to do anything. And here comes Dan West Jr. to the inside. Dan West Jr. is going to take that 5th position away from Caden Anderson. We drop him back to 6th place. Here comes Case Hinkins and Corey Walters. They're going to try to get in there right now. It's Case Hinkins in the 20, and we got cars going around back here. And the caution is going to be out. It's going to be for Frank Harris in the 11, and the 52 of Brian Lambert being caught up in his 2nd caution here tonight. So let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. Let's go to the aerial coverage here and see what happened. Again, you're watching that red and blue number 11 and the 52 of Brian Lambert right there. Looks like the 11 just comes down a little bit, and maybe not knowing the 52 was right there trying to apex the corner a little bit. And into each other they go, and into the grass. Caution is out once again. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Things are really going to shake up here. We'll see. We had 15 laps on that stint. I would expect we'll see these guys come down pit road this time. The question is, who's going to come down pit road? And how many of them are going to come down pit road? Just don't know how this one's all going to play out here as far as pit road goes. But as I kind of figured, everybody is coming down. Nobody even really attempting to fake it out here, as I didn't think they would. Anything I think above 10 to 12 laps, and they're going to come down. As you see right there, your top 20 indicating they are in the pits. We'll see. And so far, so good. You see right there, other than some lap cars, every single car coming down pit road here to take service. Again, I did not expect anything less here. And you definitely want the tires here. When we go back to live, I think it's time to go some cranked up here. I know these engines are loud and they roar around this track, so we're going to let the engines do the talking as we are going to go crank it up. So we're going to go silent on the mic, and when they get the green, we're going to crank these engines up. Alright, we are back here live on the mic. We just want to, of course, break in real fast here. Jason Berg going to the back of the line here. Not sure what happened there, but he had only a 15.1 second stop, but he is going some back, so it looks like he will probably receive a end-of-line penalty. He is still in the lead lap. This is really going to hurt him here as he was leading this race. That's going to give the lead to Seth Frazier in the number 32 machine. You see him coming down the backstretch here, Texas anyway. But again, just wanted to report on that real fast as we're going to go silent on the mic. Lights are off. This time by road green, and we are going to crank those engines up here on VRN. Back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to switch back into our main camera here for tonight. As it is still to be fresh. It is fresh, but Seth Frazier out front with a fresh new leader. Right behind him again, Wes Jr., two drivers that are not new to the series, followed by one that is in Justin McClure. Right now in third place, Corey Walters sitting in fourth, and Caden Anderson in fifth place. Right now we'll go ahead and bring your running order up on the side of the screen again so you can see precisely where the top 20 are. Again, eventually we are going to switch that out to rotate on the 20. I'm not sure why what we were thinking when we didn't put that in to begin with. That was a lapse of judgment on me. I was just completely spaced out on my mind to at least put that in to rotate through the remaining of the field, but those are the top 20 right now. As we'll check in with Jason Burr, who's back in 26th place now. He's worked his way up through this field just a little bit, but still, I believe received an end-of-line penalty. I'm not sure what one in the unsafe pit entrance. Something happened there to the 21 of Jason Burr. Here's where that information up here for you right now. He started first, but now he's currently in 25th position. And that is by far one of the lowest positions he's been in all night, but he was a little bit lower than that early in just a few laps ago into this stint here. We're 8 laps into the stint. Green flag is still out in the air. We're on lap 41 of 100 as we will be at the halfway point before you know it. Let's see how this one plays out. We're going to go back to the front here as Seth Frazier right there. It seems like whoever's in the lead has that fresh air, and they are just untouchable out front right now. As it's going to be Dan West Jr. currently in second place. He is just unable to really get up to him, so clean air seems to be playing a huge factor in tonight's race. If you can get up there and get that clean air, then you are golden here for this race. So, excuse me. That's what it seems like. Again, we could be completely wrong on that, but that is what we're getting here from being out front. That clean air is just that much better for you. Let's go a little further back in the field here to Daniel Masters, who's running down John Ottenbacher at the moment here in that 89 machine. He's right there with him. Just can't quite get the pass done. I want to check it with Jeff Stabnow as well. really fast, as you see. In that number 24 machine started 22nd position. He is up to 8th place, and we're going to caution him. I'm going to want to talk to him about that here, just to see here. Maybe we'll talk to him or John Odbacher and see. But Sean Brightsman started 7th. He's up to 6th. He's back moving in the right direction this time. We'll check in with John Odbacher. Started 10th. He's in 14th. But still not going the right direction. We'll just have to keep an eye on these guys and see. We'll check in with Josh Coley, who started 35th up to 25th here. He's definitely moving in the right direction here. Of course, we know what happened to Jason Berg first, 21st now. So gained one more spot. Something happened on pit road to cause him to get the EOL. He had to go to the back of the line here. Some drivers are in the top 10 that we want to look at. Steve Silstad in the 65 machine. Started 36th in 32nd right now, so has been a few positions. But definitely like to gain a few more before this race is all said and done. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that and go back to the front here. Go ahead and get rid of your running order off of the screen, and we're going to bring up your top bar as soon as it is clear of the screen. It's not cluttered up here for you. There he is. This is the Northwest Racing Series presented by Walls Beerco here on Virtual Racing Network. A divisional race on Texas.com. This is, of course, the Northwest Racing League. Is the actual league. This is the Xfinity Series. If you're looking to get into some Xfinity Series racing or Truck Series racing, trucks are open set on Thursday, and of course Xfinity here on Monday. So make sure you check them out on iRacing, the Northwest Racing League. Here they come down the backstretch here to pass by the hotel there. Just an outstanding facility here at Texas Motor Speedway. Again, I'm biased. I am from Texas, and this is about 2.5 hours from me, so I am a little biased to it here. As we have a few cars coming down pit road. One of those is going to be William Fletcher, and Joshua Beal is going to be coming down pit road as well. And we'll see right there. He is leaving pit road. He's still got some damage to the side of that car. And he does have a faster car, but it doesn't look like he's using it yet. He wants to hang on to it to later in this race, unless he's already used it. He had to do it early in the race, but it doesn't look like he has used it. So right there, coming to the line, Seth Frazier has now led 16 laps as it changes right there on us. We are in lap 50, or 50, wow, 49 of 100, 52 laps to go here in the race. Again, I would expect to see some battle for the lead here, but so far, we have not really seen a whole lot going on for the lead. We've seen Seth Frazier out front, we've seen Jason Berg out front, but that's really just about it. As we'll bring that caution information up here again for you real fast. There you see it. We've only had 3 cautions for 11 laps out of the 49 completed. As we'll be the halfway point this time by. Right now, we've had 1 lead change, and that was when Jason Berg looks like unconfirmed delay received the end-of-line penalty here. Coming out of pit road, something happened there that caused that. And Kramer went to the back, and that was when Seth Frazier took the point lead, and he has not looked back at all. One thing I want to pull up here while we have the moment is let's pull up our track information. We talked about it with track temp earlier. It was 101 degrees. It started about 106. It had dropped to 101. It is back now to 110 degrees since we have started racing. So the track temp has actually gone up 9 degrees as the caution comes back out once again. Let's go in and take a look, and it looks like it is going to be for, if we can find them, there they are. It's going to be for Ryan Lambert in the 52. Involved in, I believe, what is his 3rd caution on the track here. I'm not saying he started them all, but being involved in at least 3 so far. Let's go back in and take a look. Right there, we're going to have to go back a little bit further here. As let's see if we can figure it out. what might have happened here thanks to the Sames Ford aerial cam. What happened to the 52 of Brian Lambert as he's coming to the inside of the 03 right now? As Daniel Masters is who he's coming on to the inside of. And no contact there. Oh, right there, the 21 of Jason Berg in the back, and he's involved in it as well. It looks like maybe the 52 was slid up and thought he was going to get into someone and then went down, and then in the process of coming back up, collects together with the 21 of Jason Berg. So whatever happened to Jason Berg, it's going to put him with some damage now as he was stuck in the back. The caution is underway here. We are sitting on pit road as everybody comes down. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back after the quick commercial break. Are you in the market for a quality new or used car, truck, or SUV? Head on down to Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Texas, and browse through their inventory today. You won't be disappointed. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as it is time to get this race going. We are past the halfway point, 46 laps to go. We're running 30-second laps. You know what that means, 2 laps a minute. We're looking at roughly about 20-30 minutes worth of racing if we stay green. We've had a handful of cautions here tonight, and when I say handful, 4. That's not quite a handful yet. We're close to it. We need one more to be a handful. We've had 4 cautions here for 15 laps. One different lead change. Seth Frazier still your race leader after the pit stops here. It's really not a whole lot is going on at the front of this race. Jason Berg, however, is sitting in 9th place right now. Jeff Stab now sitting in 7th place. This could get really, really interesting here soon. We got some fast drivers making their way to the front of this race. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing one more time. Meanwhile, it is nice, and I thought the sun would go down here. I don't think we have dynamic weather or daylight on or dynamic weather. However, there's some dynamic weather here in real life. It is pouring cats and dogs outside. Meanwhile, it's nice and sunny here at Texas Motor Speedway. So real life weather is not what it is here in real life Texas, as it is dark and raining outside, but here the race is nice and sunny for Seth Frazier leading this race right now, followed by Justin McClure in second place. Dan West Jr. and Sean Brightsman and Corey Walters round out your top 5 here. And look at them go here in this field. They are just getting after it here tonight. So we're going to go back here to Travis McKinney back in 21st. Daniel Masters rounds out your top 20. As we can't even go through the field. It would take us the entire race just to get through the entire field as much as they're changing positions right now. Outstanding race here tonight. Again, 43 drivers started it. We currently have 39 on track. A couple of those lap down. Let's go just to kind of recap here as we're just past the halfway point. Everybody on the lead lap except for Joshua Beal right now, who is currently in 36th place, 1 lap down. William Fletcher also 1 lap down in 37th. And then you have Gerald Tidrick 2 laps down and BJ Tidrick 2 laps down. So not sure if those are brothers, father, son, but either way, a family affair here, going both 2 laps down. So fortunate for them. Of course, you have Charles Lahr, Chris Torres, Dan Stubbe, and Scott Hutchinson that did not start the race here tonight. So unfortunately for those guys, they are not going to be scored with a race. They're going to be scored as a DNS here tonight. Let's go back to the front as they're on the backstretch. Come barely down it. That's 170, 180 miles per hour. Right now, it's going to get down to about 160 through the corners as it's Seth Frazier, and really nobody has anything for Seth Frazier. Seth Frazier right now, I don't think, as we're going to have 40 to go when they get to the line. Justin McClure trying to get to his back bumper. Let's go back here. You're going to have to get back here to about Corey Walters, Chase Heathkins, Jeff Stabnow, Caden Anderson, and this little group right in here before you really start to see any battles going on here. As Jeff Stabnow is trying to try to get to the inside of Case Heathkins in the 20. Not going to happen. Case Heathkins going to close the door. And now Jeff Stabnow trying to the outside. He's going to try to fake him out. Pulling a little Cole Trickle here. He's going to lay down the hammer here soon and try to go trick him on the outside. And he is not quite able to do it. He's going to lose a little bit of time. So the Cole Trickle move there by Jeff Stabnow just didn't quite work out. As he is going to have to regroup and try it one more time. But meanwhile, he's got Caden Anderson all over his back bumper here. Trying to get by again. Texas Motor Speedway can be a very, very tricky race for anybody, much less a fit setup league. You really have to try to find your way around this track. It is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. So these guys doing a fantastic job of it here tonight. Chris Walters in the 36th machine, and that Bass Pro Shops number 36. Awesome looking vehicle there. Bright enough for you here. You'll definitely see it coming in your rear view mirror, which is what Caden Anderson sees right now. And that number 1 machine is a bright orange car right up his tailpipe, trying to make something happen. We'll see if he can get by him. Let's go a little further back here to Jason Bird. As Jason Bird going to go through the grass. That is not what he wanted. Let's go back and see if we can take a quick look at what happened here between him and the 41. As the caution does come out, let's go back to live. And it's going to be for Jade Williams in the 25. Caution is out once again here for the 5th time. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here in Scenes Ford aerial coverage here from the blimp. And what exactly happened is the question here with the 25. Oh, contact. Dale Winterberg gets to his back bumper and then finishes him off on top of that. And, oh, he just right through him. I don't know if he actually is going to get scored with contact with that one. But heavy damage with the outside wall. That is very unfortunate for the 25 of Jade Williams. He will be scored on the lead lap, and he hits the wall trying to get back up to a position. And I'm not sure. I thought he might have been trying to get up there to a particular driver, but it looks like he is just trying to get back to the spot where he should be scored at so that nobody else gets a black flag. So we'll definitely be checking in with that to see. There he is. So getting his spot here on the track as we go back to live here and up to the pits. Everybody's coming down pit road. We had 11 laps on that stint. We told you if they had 10 to 12 laps, they would come down pit road. No surprise there. Seth Frazier going to bring it down pit road. And I'm really liking that as he has to back up on pit road. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. But as I say, I'm not really digging them purple rims there on that car. That is just a really nice looking paint job. I believe it says Mike Wood Race Designs as well. So whoever Mike Wood is, big shout out to you in the paint job there. It looks absolutely amazing. And that little bit there is going to cost him 2 spots on pit road. However, Sean Brightsman, 13.9 seconds on pit road to a very, very fast time here. Let's see if we can't talk with Jeff Stabnow real fast. I've been meaning to talk to him about that pit stop or that start. So let's get a quick word in with him if we can. Jeff Stabnow, you got a copy?
Got you there, Charles.
Well, real quick, and then we're going to go see if we can't talk to Sean as well. But we meant to talk to you earlier about it. But did something happen in qualifying? You know, we saw you start like in 24th or something like that. You worked your way up to 6th place right now, but we didn't get that chance to ask you if something happened there in qualifying.
Yeah, I just jumped in the car. We did the driver's meeting, and by the time I got everything else done, I hadn't run it for a while, so I just jumped in the car. Track was heated up, and just overdrove it, slid the tires into the first turn, and that was pretty much it. There was nothing left to qualify with, so tried to get it on a second lap, but I hurt the tires too bad on the first one.
That would explain it here, but we're going to let you go. We're going to try to get Sean in here real quick, and hopefully we'll see you in the top 3 here in a little bit.
All right, 10-4. Thanks, Charles.
John Brightsman, you got a copy?
Got a copy?
Well, we got you out front leading this race right now, and we got a few questions for you here. One, first off, congrats on being up front. You're only the 3rd driver out of 43 on this field to get the lead here, and all 3 lead changes have been under caution coming out of pit road. 13.9 second stop, so a very fast time. But the question we have here is we've seen up front so far this race, whoever's up front really has that clean air, and nobody can seem to catch them. How important is that clean air here for you?
It's vital. I'm hoping I can repeat the trends of the last few restarts and hold that to be true. So I'd like to be in the clean air and just pull away from these guys here, hopefully. So.
Well, you got a good time to do it. Everyone that's been up there has led, 20, 30 laps. We have 34 laps to go, so this could be the final little stint here. You could lead the last 34 and put this thing in victory lane. Obviously, that's the goal here. Quickly, you got any shout-outs? We'll let you go.
Just got to thank Wicked Chassis Racing, Walls Beard Co., Central Welding Supply, Northwest Tour, BJ Tidrix, Transmission Shop, just everybody for showing up tonight for our 43 card field.
All right. Well, good luck, and hopefully we're talking to you later tonight.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, that was your current race leader, the 46 of Sean Brightsman. Right now, sitting at the front of this field. He's only been the 3rd different leader here. As we stated earlier, all 3 different leaders have come on pit road. Obviously, this time, Sean Brightsman beating Seth Frazier off, who had trouble on pit road. And same thing happened with Jason Berg. Trouble on pit road. Looked like he got an EOL penalty. Cost him the race lead. He's currently somewhere on the track. We'll see. He did get some damage earlier. So we'll see if that affects him. So he's going to be somewhere in here. We'll find him eventually. But either way, the green flag is out. Sean Brightsman repeating as the others did as he pulls away to a significant sized lead so ready early in this race. We're seeing if we can't find the 21. I couldn't see him here, and that's why Jason Berg out of the race. So that is precisely why we couldn't find him. He is now 5 laps down here, basically under that caution. He pulled it in and shut it down. So I'm not sure. I didn't think he had that much damage there, but indeed he does. And we're going to see here if Sean Brightsman is able to repeat what those other 2 have done. I'm not sure he can. The fresh air is definitely important, but Seth Frazier showing otherwise. He is right there all over the back bumper of Sean Brightsman. So you have Seth and Sean, the battle of the S's, Out here you have Fraser and Brightson duking it out for the lead. And here comes the 23 of Justin McClure. He's going to get into this battle as well. The more they fight for the lead, the more he's going to reel in as well. So they are just bumper to bumper to bumper right now. 1, 2, and 3. Here is, we have 31 laps to go, 30 when they get to the line. As it's Seth Frazier that is leading this race, sorry, Seth Frazier that is trying to lead this race, sitting in second place. He has led quite a few laps. Right there you see him coming to the line. And right now it is indeed going to be still Sean Brightsman out front. We're going to go ahead and bring up your top 3 here onto the screen. Meanwhile, we're going to go a little ways back here to these guys that are duking it out side by side. It's going to be the 29 of Christopher Cornell that gets by Chris Walsh, who's in 36, 8, 10th place. Again, that is a top 10 position. Someone who hasn't really been in the top 10 a whole lot here that we've seen. Started 15th, currently in 9th position. That is Chris White fighting his way up. And of course, there's Jeff Stabenow, who we talked about a little while ago, 22nd to 5th place. He's got a top 5 finish. He's fighting his way through this field. You just heard from him having issues during qualifying. That is what caused him to be further back into this field. A lot further back than he wanted to start for sure. And looks like he has a little bit of damage there. And what we want to see is we're going to go back to the front here. As there we go, right there, side by side for the lead. Seth Frazier on the inside. He will take the lead back here from the 46 of Sean Brightsman's a fresh air important, but not quite working here. Sean Brightsman into the outside wall. He's going to hit it hard. That's going to cost him some time and a position as the 23 of Justin McClure is going to get by him. Let's go on board here with Justin McClure, thanks to the Northwest Racing Series onboard camera, and see what he sees here from the roll bar. Here the number 23 machine is again heavy damage. Going to be on to the 46 of Sean Brightsman, and actually not quite as bad as I thought, but you see the gap now from leading the race to a gap of .750. So that's fresh air not quite working out as well as he thought for him. This car may handle a little bit better in dirty air, which is very surprising, but there's his teammate running him down also with a little bit of damage to that number 24 machine, thanks to the Northwest Racing Series on board cameras. We go back to our main camera. As you see right there, those are your top 5 drivers. The U.S. Junior currently in 10th place. Let's go back a little bit further here as we'll go ahead and pop your top 5 up onto the screen so we can keep an eye on that battle. Sparks flying, and that is going to be the 08 of Jesse Gray that scrapes the wall there. As he is going to get quite a bit of damage. That splitter is torn up and somebody's smoking here. Oh, that is going to be, looks like the 83, possibly a Chris White. Caution is out. And we got the 89 of John Onbacher involved as well. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. As we go to the aerial camera here, let's go back to the 89 and the 83. There, to the 83 of Chris White. Right there. Ooh, contact. The 29 gets to his back bumper, and it gives him a good little spin. Collects the 89. Then looks like the 92 as well. And one other car being involved in this. As well, let's go back and see here. Let's take another quick look at this if we can here from the 83's point of view. If we can, real fast, let's go on board. And there you see it right there. Chris White gets tagged by the 29. That is Christopher Cornell. And right there, just spins him first in. He collects the 89, the 92. And can't see who that other car is. It's you see while they're spinning. So looks like it's going to be the 25 that is collected as well. So several cars being collected in that. As we have right now, Christopher Cornell in the 29 is going to be scored as your race leader. We'll see if he comes out as your race leader. No, it's going to be Seth Frazier that beats him out this time. We're going to step away to a quick hydration break, and we'll do it right back. All right, we are back. Gentlemen, here 22 laps going to be 21. When we get to the line, they're coming out of turn 3, coming into turn 4 now. We still have currently 38 of the 43 drivers on the racetrack. Only 2 drivers laps down. That is Casey Tillman and Daryl Tidrick, as it looks like BJ Tidrick scored in 33rd, did get his lap back, and the lights are back on the pace car. We are not going racing this time. There they go. Now they are off once again, so it looks like we are going to regroup, tighten those seatbelts, and go racing next time. So it'll be 20 laps to go when we get the green flag. Of course, real fast, while we have everybody here with us, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. As always, of course, if you like the broadcast, definitely hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube side of things if you like it, and of course on the Facebook side of things, hit that thumbs up below. Make sure if you're on the Facebook side of things, you hit the little like button on the DRA Facebook page, and of course if you like the YouTube side of things, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the little bell, to be notified of all upcoming events. We have a lot of them coming on here in the next week. Of course, Tuesday, tomorrow night, we have the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. World of Thunder off this week, followed by the Northwest Truck Series AMA, which Roger will be covering, and of course at Race Court on Sunday. And Friday night will be at Monarch Motor Speedway if it doesn't rain it out. Green flag is back in the air. Let's go racing one more time here. 20 laps remain in the session. We'll see how this one does play out in the end. Again, a big shout out to kind of a partnership we got going on with Full Velocity TV. I know Todd's standing out in chat if you're still there. Hopefully you're still in the team sleep. When it gets done, I'm going to pop over there and talk to you for just a little bit. That being said, look at this little battle going on here. 19 laps to go. That's all that remains here in this race. This is the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beer Co. here on Virtual Racing Network Division of RaceOnTexas.com. And it looks like we have somebody going back onto the track. I'm not sure who that is. That's coming back onto the track there, and it looks like it's going to be Chris White in the 83. He is indeed right in front of the leaders. I wouldn't say he came out in front of them, but he is right there with them. As he's going to try to get back up to speed as the caution comes out here, and it's going to be for Steve Silstad. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 65 Steve Silstad. Let's go to our spotter cam and see what we can see here for the 65, and it looks like Dan Wendenberg gets to his back bumper. I believe that is the second time we've seen the 73 get to someone's back bumper here tonight. As he spins the 65 around and trying to get it back together, almost spins it around again. So caution coming out here for the 65 of Steve Silstad, going around with the help of Dan Wittenberg. For, I believe, again, the second time tonight, we've caught him to the back bumper of someone's car, and they're faking it. Nobody going down pit road. Let's go talk to Steve Silstad and see what kind of damage he has on that car. Steve Silstad, you got a copy?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Charles?
Well, pretty good up here in the booth. We figure we'd get you on the radio here and see how much damage the car has. It looks like Dale Windenberg got to your back bumper there.
Yeah, I think I'll be using the fast repair this time around.
Well, definitely good to have it here. You got 17 to go. You're sitting in the top 10 in points right now. So hopefully this doesn't affect your overall point standings too terribly bad. But coming into this race here, did you expect for the cautions here? As we've had 7 for 25 laps, so over a quarter of the race has been under caution. Did you plan for that, or did you plan for some green flag runs?
I kind of figured there'd be probably a few cautions here. After driving the truck Saturday night, it was pretty slippery. But yeah, I don't know if I quite figured on a quarter of the race under cautions, but definitely figured on a couple of them.
Well, we definitely had a, a couple of men. So, I'm losing my voice here. I need to tell these boys to get it going here. But all jokes aside, we know you got some shout outs and sponsors. So, who would those be here for getting to the race tonight?
Oh yeah, White Knuckle Racing, Spectrix, Walls Beard Co., and BRN.
All right, well, there you have it. That is the 65 of Steve Stilstad. We're going to get him back down to his channel. And it looks like we're going to go racing here in 2 more laps. We'll be right back on the bike. Those lights go off and we go racing. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As we were having to listen in to radio chatter there for a minute to listen in, just get some insights on what's going on here, on the track with these drivers. You'd be surprised what those radio communications can let you in on. There's a lot of stuff going out there on the track between drivers. We'll see right now. It is Justin McClure that's going to be starting on the outside pole. Seth Frazier back to the front. Can Seth Frazier hold them off here? Sean Brightsman going to be right there as well in the 46 machine. And there it is. Green flag back in the air. We are racing what could be the last stint of this race. 14 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. See there, you see the 23 of Justin McClure trying to run down Seth Frazier in the 32. Seth Frazier been out front for 45 laps of this race. He has no signs of slowing down anytime soon. We'll have to kind of wait and see if he is going to be your official race leader when it's all said and done. Sean Brightsman currently running in third. Dan West Jr. in fourth. And Christopher Connell in 5th place right now after getting him and I believe Chris White made contact earlier. Looked like the 29 got to him. It could have been a little bit of neck code in there, but it looked like the 29 got to the back bumper of the 83 and spun him around. But again, that was a quick estimate, so we would have to go back and dig deep into that replay, see if there may have been any neck code involved in it. Chris White sitting on pit road. His night was done 5 laps down. And we're watching the top 5 right now here with 12 laps to go. Are we out of the cautions? Well, I don't know if we're out of the woods for the cautions just yet as he comes barreling down the backstretch. And here with the Coca-Cola refresh and refuel on the backstretch here with the iRacing sign back there. And we'll see. Are those cautions done? Are we out of the woods? Probably not. I don't think so. Well, let's see there. We got full velocity TV in chat here tonight. Guess that is probably Todd, and there's that caution. We didn't think we were out of the woods, and we're not. Caution is out, and it's going to be for Jade Williams, who got spun on the pit road there. We'll see exactly what happens. We go back to the replay camera here just to see what happened. And you're watching the 25 right there. Ooh, it looks like the 8 gets a little loose, hits the wall, and comes down to right there, the 25 and the 52 getting together. That's going to send the 52 selling in the pit road of Brian Lambert. Once again, being caught up in another incident out on the track. His night has just not gone the way he wants to, as we are under caution once again here tonight. Let's go back to live. We'll see. I don't see anybody going to be coming down pit road, so we are going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Low.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. 7 laps to go. Going to be 6 to go here in this race. Before it is all said and done, Seth Frazier out front, followed by Justin McClure, Sean Brightsman, Christopher Cornell, and Jeff Stabnow. This is the point of no return. If, and a big if, we get a caution before we get to lap 5. That means we have from the green flag, we have 1 lap from the green flag to get a caution. If it comes out, we will have about a 2-lap shootout. If we get a caution after lap 5, this race is over. Unfortunately, as great as iRacing is, and we love everything about it, We don't have green light checkers. We don't have overtime here. So if this race were to come under caution from lap 5 to go or less, this race would be over. Whew, it looks like Jeff Stabnow gets a bit squirrely on the restart, and he stacks him up just a little bit. Contact being made back there, and we may see that caution here. We'll just have to wait and see. There it is. Caution is out. Should have just kept the mouth shut. And so you see right there, it's going to be the 19 of Joshua Beal that brings out the caution here, at least involved in it. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. We opened our big mouth when the caution came out here at Texas Motor Speedway right there. Contact slides up, hits the 95 and the 33 of Josh Coley going around as well. So I'm not sure technically who got it out, and it will be the 19 of Josh Coley on pit road, and that may be a saving grace for the 33 of Josh Coley, but he's already back in 34th position anyway. And we'll see. 5 laps to go now. That happened on 6 to go. We will go racing again here with a 1 to 2 lap shootout. We're going to step away a commercial break, get a breather and a refreshment. We will be right back for the conclusion of this race, as it is going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle to the end.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with 3 laps to go. What you're about to see here is the lights should, unless they're going to delay it here, should go off right here at the line, which means it's going to be 2 to go, and we are going to have a 1-lap shootout to the end to determine this race. And right there, the lights are off. 2 to go. We have a 1-lap shootout, which means a few things. One, we have 1-lap shootout. 2, it means this race will not end under caution. It will be end under green. When they take the green flag, it will be the 1 to go mark as well. This is where it's going to get real interesting. Everything is on the line here. Will we see the checkers, or will we see the wreckers? Will we see a pile up in this field here as everyone's going to be jockeying for every position they can get here with only one lap to get there. I believe the theme of Smokey and the Bandit comes to mind here. You got a long way to go and a short time to get there. If you're back in the back of the field, midfield, top 10, you've got quite a bit of time, ways to go, and you do not have much time to get to the front of this field. Again, one lap shootout, green flag coming out this time by. Pace car dives off. You're going to see the green and the white come out at one time. There it is. Green flag is in the air. And we now officially have one lap to go here in the race. It is final lap, one to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. Everybody chasing down Seth Frazier right now for the lead. That's going to be the 30. There it goes. Seth Frazier out front. It's showing Bruce Weaver as the leader. That is not correct. It is Seth Frazier. Bruce Weaver sitting on pit road right now. Can the 23 of Justin McClure do anything with him? Checker flags waving. It's going to be Seth Frazier that puts it in the victory lane here tonight. Seth Frazier bringing it home. Justin McClure getting second place, and we got a pile up happening behind. Some cars stopped on the track. I'm not sure who that was. That stopped on the track here. But either way, it's going to be Seth Frazier that puts it in a victory lane here tonight. What a job for Seth Frazier, Justin McClure, and Sean Brightsman to get third place, and he's going to go do some celebrating. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and go through your unofficial race results here for tonight's race. And what a race it was indeed. Getting the win here tonight is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier, followed by the 23 of Justin McClure in second. Third place will be the 46 of Sean Brightsman. Fourth place will be the 29 of Christopher Cornell. Fifth place will be Travis McKinney in the 88. Sixth place will be the 20 of Case Jenkins. Seventh place will be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. And eighth place will go to the 36 of Chris Walters. Ninth place will be the 01 of Devin Petty. 10th place will be the 63 of Tom Hammond. 11th place will be the 8 of Gary Nichols. And 12th place will go to the 41 of Brian Barnes. 13th place will go to the 98 of Donovan Barr. 14th will be the 08 of Jesse Gray. 15th will be the 2 of James Thurston. And 16th will be the 1 of Caden Anderson. 17th will be the 11 of Frank Karras. 18th will be the 55 of Dan West Jr. 19th will be the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. 20th will be the 45 of Daryl Tidrick. 21st will be the 65 of Steve Silstad. 22nd will be the 28 of William Fletcher. 23rd will be the 58 of Stephen Paulson. And 24th will be the 52 of Brian Lambert. 25th will be the 95 of Josh Cushman. 26th, the 03 of Daniel Masters. 27th will be the 72 of BJ Tidrick. And 28th will be the 25 of Jade Williams. 29th will be the 92 of Casey Tillman. 30th will be the 62 of Gerald Heffley. 31st will be the 35 of Todd Walters. 32nd will go to the 19 of Joshua Beal. 33rd will be the 40 of Bruce Weaver. 34th will be the 33 of Josh Coley. 35th will be the 9 of Corey Walters. And 36th place will go to the 89 of John Ottenbacher. 37th will go to the 83 of Chris White. 38th will go to the 73 of Dan Windenberg. 39th will be the 21 of Jason Berg. And 40th will go to the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. 41st will be the 4 of Charles Lahr. 42nd will go to the 99 of Chris Torres. And rounding out the field here in 43rd will be the 78 of Dan Stuzzi. Those last three not starting the race here tonight. That will do it for your unofficial race results. We are going to step away, and when we come back, we'll be right back here with your top 3 drivers here in the post-race show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your top three drivers here in the post-race show. Of course, starting with 33rd place, as we'll get it out right eventually. That is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman in third place here. First off, Sean, congrats on third place here. As we'll pull your information up. You started seventh, you ended up finishing third, so overall, not a bad night here. First off, how was the car handling? Is it as a fixed setup here? And how was the track out there? We saw the track get up to about 110 degrees. It was quite warm.
Definitely a slick track. Setup wise, it was kind of a little bit of both. I think it was tight, loose, if really anything, but mainly just tight, like it was just dragging all the way around the track or something. Kind of weird, but overall a great night. I'm really happy with the Walls-Beard Co. Chevy or Toyota Camry, and I just wish I could have got around Justin there and battled both of them. I know myself and Chris had a great battle towards the end there, coming to the checker there for fourth or third.
Definitely some really good battles. I'm sure throughout the night we missed some. We've talked to just about everyone in here at this point, but we want to talk to you a little bit about it here. Being that you are what is considered a veteran here in this league, last season we had about 15-20 drivers. We have 43 drivers that started here tonight. What is it like knowing that you've been here this long and that it is literally doubling in size each year?
It's actually a testament to running in different leagues and just word of mouth, really. I've been running with the Northwest Tour guys this season, and I'd say 10 of them at least were over here tonight. So 10 of 43 drivers were out here, and then just recruitment, all word of mouth. We're all broadcast on Virtual Racing Network, so I think all that helps bring people out, and knowing that they can watch the race afterwards and see how things go, just like watching the real guys. So I'm just super proud of the whole Northwest Racing Series admin group, driver committee. We've got a lot to work on and a lot to look forward to.
Oh, definitely a lot to look forward to going forward in this season here. And we don't want to cut anybody short here, but of course, as it's been said, we are not feeling 100% here tonight. It feels like a desert sauna in here right now. But we know you got some sponsors and shout outs and on that car you want to thank. So who are those for that third place finish here tonight?
I just got to thank Walls-Beard Co., Wicked Chassis Racing, Central Welding Supply, the Northwest Tour Racing League, and you, of course, and everybody at Virtual Racing Network.
All right, again, congrats on the third place finish here. A very solid finish. Finishing in second place is going to be the 23 of Justin McClure. You finished in second place in only your second race. You're brand new here to this series. So to come in here and have a full field and finish in second place, especially with some of the drivers, you may not know all of them, but we do. And there's a lot of fast drivers in here. How much of a confidence boost is that going into the rest of the season?
Oh, it's huge. These guys are tough to race with on a daily basis. So just to come in here and compete with them is key. And finishing in the top three was a goal. And I'm happy that Seth got the win. And being able to battle Seth and Sean there was awesome. And it's just unbelievable.
Oh, definitely some great racing out there. We got to ask those tough questions here. Of course, Seth was out front for a huge chunk of this race. You were up there battling with him for quite a bit of that as well. What do you think you needed in your minds here to try to get him or get the win from here? Did you need another restart there to try to beat him to the line or possibly a longer green flag run?
Seth definitely had a better long green flag run car, and I was a little better on the short runs, but I think I burnt my stuff up trying to keep up with him a little bit. But if I could just restart on that inside, man, it seemed like every restart I was on the outside. It's tough here on that outside, but did good getting back to the bottom, and those late race cautions really helped me keep Sean behind me, so that was key there on those cautions.
Well, definitely. You have Sean and about 40 other cars behind you, 41 other cars behind you here all night, and you end up coming away second place. So, any sponsors on that car, or anyone you just want to give a shout out to for that second place finish?
Yeah, first of all, you guys for letting me come here. VRN for putting this thing on. This is awesome. It's a cool gig. I got to thank Custom Fab, Cascade Rain Gutters, and Northwest Tour Series for helping us get here and putting this word of mouth out to get me in here. And it's been a fun league.
Oh, definitely. We enjoy being here. We're glad to have you here. And, of course, congrats on a second place. Getting the win here tonight, that is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier. Started in, well, wrong there we go. Started in 11th and worked your way up to first. Again, as already kind of stated a second ago, you led a ton of laps to put yourself in victory lane. So we're not even sure what happened exactly, but obviously you had a fast car, but something happened to Jason Berg on pit road that caused him to go to the back of the line. Do you think that was the winning move there, or winning moment for you?
Well, it definitely made things easier, that's for sure.
It definitely did, and we're not even sure what happened. It looked like you had to find a perfect stop there, but having to go to the back. But I think it would have really been a really good battle between you two, both of you very fast here. So, coming into this race, we're just kind of curious, since you did get the win. What are your thoughts on Texas Motor Speedway? Is it a track you liked coming into the race, didn't really care for? And obviously, has this win changed your mind on this track just a little bit?
Well, actually, I've never really ran good here before. I usually seem like I get off a two better than some people, but I really haven't ever won many races here on iRacing, so I was kind of surprised I was as fast as I was.
Well, it's definitely sometimes you surprise ourselves when it comes down to it, but you came in here, you needed to get a win, obviously, to lock yourself into the chase. Obviously, we talked to I don't remember who it was that won in the I think it was Barr that won in the first race. Locking yourself in early in the season is to kind of get that monkey off your back, knowing that the rest of the season you just need decent finishes. You don't have to get the win to be locked in.
Yeah, I think it creates some opportunities maybe to short pit here and there, or try some different strategies too. If you're a third or fourth place car trying to get a win, maybe you don't have the fastest car, so that'll be nice throughout the rest of the season.
Well, definitely, just the outstanding run here, and that will make it a little easier on the season here for you, as you just have to put in some good finishes to keep yourself in that top 20. And not have to worry too much about being locked in, as you already are. We know you got some sponsors on that car and some shout-outs, so who would those be here for that win tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank my buddy Mike Wood from back in North Carolina, from Middlesex, North Carolina. He paints a lot of cars for us and has helped us tremendously in the other short track league we run with painting everyone's cars for us, so big shout out to him. Shout out to Cascade Championship Wrestling. It's my buddies that run a wrestling promotion in Spokane. And all the guys at iRacing Northwest Tour and VRN for putting the broadcast on, and Stab Now and Walls and Brightsman, all the guys for putting the league on.
All right, again, congrats on the win, locking yourself into the chase coming up later this season. That is just about going to do it here for tonight's broadcast. Of course, we have one more piece of business to take care of before we sign off for the night, and that is, of course, the sponsors that make all of this possible here on the racing side of things. Big shout out to Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, the official sponsor of the Northwest Racing League. And, of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2019 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, RaceOnTexas.com, Sim Speed Shop, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs, and Racecore. A big shout out to all of those for coming on board here for 2019. We have a lot planned for 2019, and we'll see you next Monday night with some more Xfinity racing here for the Northwest Xfinity Series.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.